What's up, YouTube? Back again with another episode of leash lessons. Shit, I almost tripped over. Anyways, today's leash lesson is gonna be, my hair's gonna be all sorts of fucked up because it's pretty windy, but it's plus 12. And look, my fit matches the sky. I don't know why I even felt like saying all of that, but today's leash lesson is going to be the 3 rules of having like a multi-7-figure service-based business. Rule number 1, I'm gonna hop right into it because, like, it's warming up, as you guys can tell. I'm going up against a lot of competition and it's so easy to win. Like, it's actually sad. And I'll tell you why. Like, I'm 29. I've been in the industry for literally since I was 18 in terms of construction, and like in the roofing space since I was 22. So like, this is what I'm noticing lots with like going up against competition. Like, number 1, dude, people don't like what they do, and that makes me really fucking sad. And it makes it so easy to beat your competition. I was going up against a quote, and I was talking to this lady, and I'm like, I'm demonizing the other quote, but I'm not trying to be too mean. I'm just explaining what the differences between the services are. And there was stuff that this company was doing that was incorrect in terms of installation guidelines. It's cool, to each their own, whatever. I don't, matters to me. But I was explaining it to her, right? And I was telling her, I'll even match his price, but I'll still do it the right way without cutting any corners. And the reason I say that is because, dude, if this guy's willing to cut corners, even when he knows, obviously if he's unaware, it's a different story, but if he knows he's cutting corners and he's still cutting corners, and just refusing to learn it the right way, I think that's just an issue of a lack of passion for liking what you do. You just don't like what you do. And it's cool, you can still make money. You can still, I'm sure there's really successful people in all sorts of industries that they don't give a fuck about. But I think it's important to be passionate about what you're doing. And I think the reason that I say that is because just for yourself, bro. You can go get a job you hate any fucking time, bro. You can flip burgers at McDonald's tomorrow if you want. So why not swing for the fences and do something that you actually give a fuck about? And if you're in it for the money, dude, you're gonna lose. And you're gonna be fucking pissed off and all butthurt and shit, because you're gonna keep wondering why you're not able to succeed in business, because the guy who actually is passionate or gives a fuck about what he's doing, he's gonna destroy you, right? Making money and all of that, if you're in a first world country, dude, it's not that difficult. And to make the bare minimum needs be met, you can obviously go get a minimum wage job. But right now, I know people are gonna be with the economics in Canada and the inflation and this or that, you need to make $23 an hour, somewhere around there. So minimum wage isn't enough. But okay, dude, you can find jobs that make you $23 an hour that you fucking hate anyways. I'm sure you could find some way to make $23 an hour if you really had to. But we have the privilege in a first world country to swing for the fences, dude. And that's what you should be doing, man. Who gives a fuck? You should do something that you love. And if you don't love it, why the fuck would you start a business? And I wish I could meet this contractor face to face, because I actually tell him, I'd be like, bro, listen, you're gonna torture yourself, fuck up your mental health, all in the name of entrepreneurship, this and that, all because you're gonna keep losing out on jobs, because every single time somebody who actually gives a fuck and likes what they do, they show up, you immediately lose the job, right? So what the fuck is the point of that? Yeah, so just to elaborate on tip number 1 as well, dude, usually people who are in their industry for money are literally the most boringest motherfuckers anyways. Honestly. I was listening to this or reading about Elon's ex-wife who was telling the media that Elon would stay up at night fucking dreaming about rocket ships, dude. And he would talk about it. That was his form of fun. So once the chase for paper ends, you're pretty much just fucked. Unless if you have something that you truly love. So I think, just start off doing something that you love, especially if you're in a first world country. Obviously everybody has different financial situations. I don't want to tell you to be doing something that you generally can't do. Step number 2 is pretty simple. Is to realize that at the end of the day, everybody is in sales or marketing or some form of persuasion, right? If you can't convince people to buy from you or use your services, you're not going to succeed again. So get really good at that. Read books, whatever the fuck you want to do that. Take courses. I'm sure there's a bunch of good shit online. I prefer to read, and then just do a lot of reps, right? The only way to start is to actually start. So yeah, that's pretty much step number 2. And just on that topic about getting your reps in and shit, I think reading is such a good way of doing that, and role playing. And the reason I say reading is because I was reading this stat where every single type of stress release is kind of different in your head. So like going for a walk is a different type of stress release. Listening to music is a different way of relieving your stress. Like while the dopamine is the same, the circuits are a little different. The relaxation I get from watching Netflix is different than the relaxation I get from reading a book. And it's different from the relaxation I feel when I go for a walk or sleep and like have a really good nap or meditate. So, you know, that's why I think reading is really good. There's a lot of great books on sales and persuasion, and I think it's worth reading, right? So it comes in handy. So that's pretty much step number 2 to a multi-7-figure service-based business. Step number 3 is pretty simple. Step number 3 is actually have a scalable model. And like, I see this all the time, dude. People jump from business to business to business. Here's how you correctly evaluate if your industry is a good boat to be in or not. And there's only one simple thing. Is there anybody in your freaking city, town, whatever, wherever the fuck you are, is there somebody in the same industry making bank? Are there millionaires in that industry? Is there even one, honestly? Because if there's one, like, dude, he's not the exception, you could probably do it, or she's not the exception, right? So if there's even one person who's making millions in that industry, congratulations, you're in an industry where you could make millions as long as you do the fucking work. So that's tip number 3. That's how you scale a business to multi-7 figures, and how I did it, right? So, and I'm still learning. That's the best part about it. And I actually do like what I do. It's fun. Like, I would do it in my free time. And you know, worst case scenario, dude, like, I am educated. Luckily my parents were huge on education, and I'm a big fan and advocate for an education as well. But you know, like, I could always go work corporate. I can always go and work a job that I fucking hate to make the bills meet, right? Like, another tip, I guess this is a bonus tip, if you are in the first couple of years of your business, I would recommend living really frugal. Like, I could literally survive off of like $2,400 a month, you know, maybe on the high end. If I add everything together, I could probably survive off of like $3,000 on the very high end. Yes, Ronnie. He's getting a little anxious. He wants some like stomach pets and wants us to walk faster. But yeah, like, you know, stay frugal at that point. I know. It's nice weather, isn't it? He's like just rolling around the grass.
Hi, Bonnie.
Okay, don't look at the camera. What about you? You want to look at the camera? Yeah. Come on, let's go. It's like, dude, I love when you do such a good job that people refer you, because like, you need a business that somehow has a solution for the issue of getting leads and jobs every single month. Making people fanatical about your business, and that's a problem. And I'll give you an example, dude. Like, I know a guy who's in business, and he's been in business for a really long time. And I'll tell you why. In 2004, he replaced my dad's garage door, dude. 2004. It's 2026 right now. I still use him because literally, like let's even say he came in, he was so passionate, my dad picked him. He was probably a little bit more money than some of the other guys, but you know, he does a great job. And I think he had like given my dad a discount. Like, he was like, hey, I'll match this price. And I've done that too, right? Like in the example that I was previously talking about, you know, that other company's not doing something up to par, and I told her, I was like, hey, like, I'll match the price. And the reason why I said that is because referral business is so valuable. It's literally the best type of business because you're going in with an advantage to begin with, right? Let's say if your first job, you don't make as much money and your profit margin is not as large, but they send you 2 extra jobs that you end up booking in, and then those leads literally cost you $0, right? Or I guess you could split the cost among the cost of that other client that you picked up who gave you the referrals.